Hey guys, tonight's movie review is For the Best of Me, starring James Marsden and Michelle Monaghan. A little bit about this movie. This is a film adaptation of a Nicholas Sparks book of the same name, The Best of Me, and it revolves around two characters, a couple named Dawson and Amanda. And this movie kind of spans their relationship. There's a lot of flashbacks and present day, but the whole span of the movie is about a 20-year period of time. And near the beginning of the movie, they are adults and they are brought back into their childhood hometown because of the death of a mutual friend named Tuck. And when they come into town, they have to spend the whole weekend kind of going through Tuck's house and his affairs and wrapping everything up. And shortly after that, you start to see some flashback scenes of when they met as teenagers during the, I'd say the early to mid 90s is when they meet in high school. And they start dating. And of course, they're from opposite sides of the track, which is pretty typical in Nicholas Sparks' books. You've got Dawson, who is kind of that, you know, the wrong side of the tracks kind of guy. He doesn't come from a lot of money. His family has really bad reputation. His father and his brothers, they have committed several crimes, and his dad is really abusive. It's just not very good family life at all. And Dawson actually runs away and starts to live with Tuck, the man that is the mutual friend of Dawson and Amanda. And then you have Amanda, and she is more of the, country club, gonna go to a wonderful college. Everything is rose petals and rainbows and glitter and special stuff. So you've got these star-crossed lovers, and they get along against all odds and really develop and fall in love with each other. They're each other's first love. And things happen. There are certain circumstances, and the two of them, they get separated. They go their separate ways, and 20, 21 years pass, and then it comes into present day, which is going over Tuck's affairs after Tuck's passed away. And you see kind of, at first they're very strained, their relationship as adults, because they haven't seen each other, and they've got all this history and all of this sadness from when they separated. But over the course of this long weekend, you see that they kind of explore their feelings for each other. They address a lot of the issues that were left unresolved, 20 years ago when they were in high school. And then the movie really becomes, are they going to reignite their love? Is it going to be this epic love story where they haven't seen each other in 20 years, and here they are, this one weekend brings them back together and everything's great and they ride into the sunset? Or is real life going to crush that? I mean, it's been 20 years, and Amanda's character, Michelle Monaghan, she's married, she has a child. They both have obligations and all this life that's happened in the last 20 years. So, what kind of sacrifices are you going to make for love? Is love worth it? Is there too much pain there? That's kind of the questions that this movie asks. Now, as far as kind of picking the movie apart, with the acting, like I said, there's a lot of flashbacks. I'd say that it's probably 50-50 with seeing them as teenagers and seeing them as adults. And with both couples, unfortunately, I didn't really think that the chemistry was quite there. I mean, I think both couples did a valiant effort. They did everything they could, but just casting-wise, there wasn't that natural, seamless chemistry. It didn't just ooze across the screen. You felt that it was kind of forced, which, I mean, you don't want to feel that in a film. You want it to feel effortless. So while I think all four of them made a good attempt, it just wasn't there. And then as far as the acting, the younger two who played younger Dawson and Amanda, I thought that they did a decently good job. There were some scenes that were really strong, and there were some that were kind of overacted. They weren't really consistent, and maybe they're younger. They haven't really been in that many big roles, and that kind of shows. They weren't 100% consistent. I thought James Marsden and Michelle Monaghan, they both did fine with what they were given. The story itself is not really anything new, especially if you've seen other Nicholas Sparks movies or have read his books. I mean, they seem to be kind of formulaic of the rich girl and the bad boy, and they get together, but maybe they're torn apart, and who knows if they're going to get together again. It's another one of those stories. So not bad, but nothing mind blowing or nothing that made me just like, wow, I can't, man, if I had missed this one, it would have been awful. So I would give this a C overall. Like I said, it wasn't anything that was mind blowing. It was okay. Now, if you're someone who is a fan of the book, I'd have to say I haven't read the book, but the person I was with did, and a lot of the major plot points are different. Like, I know, of course, in film adaptations, normally stuff is different from the book, but she said a lot of things were very different. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're in the mood to go to a date movie, there aren't really many of those out there right now, or you're just wanting to get all your girlfriends together, I guess it's probably worth going to. But other than that, I wouldn't really waste my time. It's not something that's really going to stick with you. And that's why I'm giving this one a C. And that's all I got for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. If you have read this book or if you're excited to see it, I'd love to hear your comments below. And as always, I would super appreciate it if you would please subscribe below. Please, please, please. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I hope you have a great night. Bye.